welcome to the Houston Millennial Podcast. You are watching another great episode of Millennial Mondays. I am your host, Jill Valentine.
And I'm your co-host, Ivan Sanchez, president of Houston Millennials. Also, if you have any questions for this power couple, please comment down below wherever you're watching this, and we'll ask them straight up.
That's right, guys, because today's topic is power couples in real estate. And to help us with our couple, we brought our very first couple ever on Houston Millennial History podcast.
Our former vice president of Houston Millennials and his lovely soon-to-be wife. Guys, give a quick 15-second elevator pitch. Who are y'all?
Hey, how you doing? I'm Jay Bustos with Bustos Property Group.
I'm Samantha Cavazos, also known as Lady Lender with Supreme Lending.
Oh, yes, guys. So, guys, thank you so much for coming here. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was amazing.
Yeah, it was good. Thanks for having us. We had a great time, spent it with family, ate a lot of food.
Ate a lot.
What about you, Ivan? How was your Thanksgiving?
It was great. It was awesome coming into Gallo Works for this is where our headquarters is at Gallo Works. Right next to River Oaks. It's a shared office space for young professionals. Check this commercial out. Dream with us. Office with Houston Millennials and Gallo Works for a place to hold a team meeting or a conference. Join a community of passionate young entrepreneurs in prime office space located at River Oaks and Galleria. Our co-working space is available for rent through memberships. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. The Houston Millennials headquarters here. For those people that don't know, Houston Millennials is a nationally awarded organization that promotes millennial advancement in the public, private, and nonprofit sector. And so how do we do this? We do this through now we have 9,200 members, 36 annual large events, 7 committees like business, politics, community outreach, women's committee, health and fitness, and much more that you can join. So you can actually go to www.houstonmillennials.com right now and see our membership or see our next event, which we have Millennials After Dark professional networking. After this, we'll go straight into our lightning round, but check how lit our events are. Another Houston Millennials professional networking after dark here at the Varsity. Let's go check out inside.
My name is Chris Falte. I'm the operations manager at Gallo Works.
The man, the myth, legend.
We have 2 special guests from Venezuela. Mi nombre es Emanuel. Yo soy interior designer acá en Houston. Y Michelle.
O sea,
Yo soy modelo y makeup artist.
See you at the top!
with the chief of staff of Houston Millennials.
I'm Nora Hidalgo. I do debt relief and credit restoration. Something about me, I love to cook. You coming over?
She hasn't cooked for me though. See you at the top. See you at the top.
Wow, that looked like so much fun. Ivan, when is their next event?
It's actually, we made networking pretty cool. It's not
Yeah.
it's not any sweaty suits and old folks that don't even want to shake your hands. Now that we're the largest generation in terms of money and actually votes, now we actually can make our own rules. So come out to our next event. We actually have December 18th for active members only. We're gonna have an ugly Christmas party gathering. Then December the 29th, we're still debating this with the board, but we might do an end of the year Millennials After Dark professional networking at the Hilton rooftop. And then we come on January the 26th at Babylon. We're going to do new headshots, new you, free headshots available. But stay tuned. A mass mail out will be delivered tomorrow. But now it is time for...
It's time to put our guest on the spot. So yes, guys, we are here with Jay Bustos and his lovely soon-to-be wife, Samantha Cavazos. And they are both in real estate. That's why we named today's podcast Power Couples in Real Estate. But today, we are not going to do this regular lightning round questions because we do have a couple. We are going to make it a little bit more fun this time. And we are going to put this couples on the spot.
Come on.
All right. Are you
So
guys
here's
ready?
the rules, though. You have to answer it within 10 seconds. You
Okay.
cannot be thinking about it too much. It's going to be 10 fast questions, actually, because y'all are a couple, so it's
Okay.
kind of double. So it's 7 questions each. She's going to
Okay.
ask 7. I'm going to ask 7. But you just, without thinking,
So-
pam, pam, pam,
All right,
pam.
let's roll.
Do we both answer at the same time?
Whatever.
Well, because it's got to be a question for both of y'all.
Okay, got
So
it.
y'all
All
think
right,
about
let's
it.
start.
Look
We're
at
gonna
me.
start.
I
Are you guys
contradict each
ready?
other. Whoa, I'm just
Focus.
kidding.
I want to know who initiated
False.
the first kiss.
No, I'm just playing.
Oh gosh, who
She
in-
did, of course.
Did she really?
I don't know. I think it just kind of happened mutually.
Okay, who apologizes first after?
Oh, we're both pretty funny.
All right, cool. And who is more romantic?
Oh, for sure, me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
him.
I got game.
Really?
Yeah.
Samantha? What?
Did y'all
That's
see my
definitely-
engagement? Did you see it?
I did see something like that.
So I planned it out right. I had to do something over the top.
It's lightning round. You gotta come back right to that
Who
one.
is
though.
more patient?
I think me.
Her for sure.
And who is the better cook? Ooh, this is a good one.
Man, I cannot cook to save my life. I can't. That's why I have her, eating good at home. So
Okay, who said I love you first?
Him.
Oh my God.
Nah, it was me. I'm lying.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Who takes longer to get ready in the morning?
For sure me.
I love y'all's video of when y'all getting ready together.
Yeah.
In the
I don't know
morning.
who puts that stand there, but
Oh,
that's
I
cool
haven't
as
seen it. I
hell.
gotta check that out.
Yeah. Who is grumpier in the morning?
Oh.
I don't feel like either one of us is.
nah, we're not grumpy.
We're
I'm
pretty
more like, come on, get going,
yeah.
let's go.
Nice. Who is more stubborn?
For sure.
Sure.
I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble.
I know with COVID going around and the flu, who acts like a bigger baby when y'all get
Oh.
sick?
Man, don't call me out like that in
Him.
front of people.
I bet.
Nah, hell, I have the immune system of the Incredible Hulk.
No.
That means
Next
it's-
question.
All right. Who is more of like the social butterfly?
Him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
He
can
never
tell.
stops
We can
talking.
tell by his videos.
All right. Who is the messy one? Like keeps the dirty shoes at the front and throws clothes all
Hey,
over
bro,
the place.
don't be telling people you came to my house, man. Nah,
Okay, so
I
who
leave
is-
shoes everywhere. I have a lot of shoes.
So he's the messy one.
We're both like.
I don't like walking with shoes inside the house, so I take them off and I leave them by the door, by the garage, or the mudroom.
Yeah.
So I have them everywhere.
All right, last question.
Oh, this one's interesting.
Okay,
Because
yes.
I know Bustos is fancy, but you fancy too. So here it goes. Who spends the most money?
That's a good one.
Yes.
I don't know. I think you.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, I ball out. I do,
I ball
but
out,
I
hey.
make smart investments. Every time I spend money, I make sure that it makes sense. It's not a waste. I'm gonna get my use out of it, and I'll have like either a return on investment or I'll make most use of it.
Yeah.
So,
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. That was so fun.
That was.
Shout out to our main sponsor, which is Gilbert Garcia.
Gilbert Garcia, thank you so very much. We'll be right back with this message.
This is Gilbert Andrew Garcia of A Tip from Gilbert. Talk, inspiration, and prayer every Monday from 11 to 12. And I just want to say, Houston Millennials, you rock.
Awesome. Welcome back, guys.
All right. So, power couples and real estate and or in real estate, we have the beautiful Samantha Cavazos. And my friend, we actually briefly talked about Jay Bustos. Look at him all
Jay
cleaned up right
Bustos,
now.
hey.
last time.
So, Bustos, we've been knowing each other for about 15, 16, 17 years.
Long
Along
time.
You
that
said
time.
20 years.
Yeah, I said 20 years earlier.
Rounded
Today.
it
When
up.
I met Ivan, he had spiky hair and wore a headband.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It was
Dang.
a super cool phase.
What do you think about the transition?
Man, it's good to see the transition. Watching him grow and turn into this person, man, has been really, really great. I'm glad to call him a good friend of mine. Anytime I need anything, he's always been there to help me, guide me, put me in positions to win, and always very supportive. So I'm very proud of him.
Awesome.
So, this thing that we have is y'all are a power couple.
Mm-hmm.
I have so many questions about that.
Okay.
Right? Because still searching around. I don't know, but, so power couples, both of y'all in real estate. Explain why this is such a powerhouse of both of y'all being together, and why is it that y'all are such a badass power couple together?
Okay, let me go into it first. So this business, along with any other business, I can assume, it consumes most of your time, right? So for me, always being gone from the house or having to go show properties, or you know what I mean, spending meetings and countless hours on the laptop. It's hard for somebody to understand that unless they're in the business or they're around it. So being in the same business, she kind of understands like, hey, what I'm going through and how it is. So we work together. I'm a realtor. I have my own real estate team that I've grown within the last year. She's a lender. So it makes sense for us to, work together, right? I sell the homes, she does the loans, right? So
I sell the home, she does the loan.
Nice. So you guys are a team for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so how long you been a realtor?
I started
being involved with real estate?
I got in 2013.
And did you guys meet through real estate?
Yes.
Yeah,
so this is a real estate love story.
You want to
It's
hear
a real
about it?
estate love story.
Nice.
Huh?
Can you tell me about that? How did Jay Bustos meet
Let Samantha describe the situation.
Okay.
Yes. How does Jay Bustos meet the beautiful Samantha Cavazos?
She swiped left. No, I'm just
So in 2017, when I got my license, I was an assistant for a producing loan officer, and she had a picture of us on her signature line, and he saw that picture, and I didn't know about this until later, but he found me on Facebook. And then he started messaging me, and he was like, I have a lot of deals. Let's meet for And
how long ago was this?
That
again?
was in 2017. And so we met for lunch, and he told me he had all of these deals. And then honestly, that lunch, we didn't really even talk about business. We had an instant connection.
Nice.
And and now we're here.
So wait, he called for a business meeting, and y'all didn't talk no business.
We talked a little bit of business, and then after that, we just started asking each other questions.
I got game.
So
bro,
you just saw a picture of Samantha. You never met this lady
man,
before.
I
what
did
did
it.
you like about the picture? What did you feel?
Man,
did you feel something, or I don't know? Tell me about that.
So I saw the picture, and I just saw this really pretty woman, and I was like, man, you kind of get curious. Everybody kind of looks, goes digging or whatever. So I kind of just started looking. I added her on Facebook, and then she added me, and then I was like, okay, she's in real estate too. That's cool, right? So then I was like, man, what do I say? I was like, I'm a realtor, right? I was like, cool, I got deals for you. So I was like, hey, I asked her if she was a loan officer. She said, yeah. And then after that, I was like, hey, I got a couple deals for you. And I was like, let's talk about it. What's your phone number? So she gives me the number. As soon as I get the number, I start calling my friends. I'm like, hey, bro, look, pretend you're going to buy a house, dude. She's going to call you. She's going to ask you questions. Just ask her how much you need, what your credit score need to be. Just pretend you're buying a house. You don't have to fill out an application. I was like, please.
Went all out.
Clever.
So boom. It's clever. I call it lead gen, right? Right. I was lead gen. So one of my friends is like, hey, I do need to buy a house. I'm like, man, look, I got one for you. Fish is on the hook right now. And then it started from there.
And I really did close that deal.
Yeah.
Nice. So that you appreciated the effort
For sure.
that he made. Okay, that's what you liked.
Yeah, for sure. I was like,
Nice.
that's pretty unique.
Cool.
So wait, you called your homeboy to tell him just to call her, just to pretend, but you ended up closing it actually?
Well,
Yeah.
I did. We're still
That's
friends
cool.
with him.
Yeah.
To this
One of my friends was like, hey, I am trying to buy a house. I was like, all right, cool. I got a loan officer for you. Boom. And then I connected them, and it was a wrap.
You didn't even know if she was a good LO loan officer.
I didn't care. I didn't care.
It was just like, well, she's pretty. Let me just set something up.
She
Let
could
me
have
play
been
my game.
She could have been the worst loan officer, and we would have figured it out and worked it out together.
Nice.
But thank God it didn't happen that way, right?
I did it.
You guys just bounce around deals.
Oh
together?
yeah, absolutely. We
Yeah.
bounce ideas, deals, content.
We work together.
Yeah,
It's awesome
support
to
each
see
other.
couples supporting each other and working together
do
as a
parties
team.
together.
Yeah,
We do a lot together.
How long you been in lending?
So I got my license in 2017, but prior to that, I was in lending probably since 2015.
Cool.
So I had a lot of experience before I actually got my license.
Nice.
2015. And when did you start again, Bustos?
2013, right?
2013. I went full time in 2018.
Yeah.
As a full time agent.
So it's safe to say that Jay Bustos closes the deal
He did close the deal.
because he put a ring on it, right, girl?
If you'd like to put a ring on it, you sure did that. And
Yo,
this
you
is
wanna see
actually
this right
a
here?
first. Oh, look at that! Show the camera
Our
again. Look at that.
first couple. We're so excited.
He does say
No, thank
Yeah,
you so
for
much for
sure.
coming here.
he did say he likes to spend that money. So there you go,
Yes.
Samantha. He got you that
He
big
did
old
good.
ring.
The
He
best
did
investment
really
I've
good.
ever made.
Oh, that is the sweetest thing. Okay,
So
guys.
sweet.
So how I saw pictures of your proposal, but tell me, Samantha, how did you feel? What happened? Were you expecting the proposal?
It's
Nice. That's
actually
the
a
best
funny
one.
story.
In New York,
So-
right?
Yeah, it was in New York. It's actually a funny story. So that morning, like I woke up and I was like extremely emotional. Like I was like, "We're never gonna get married." I
Aw.
was like being so dramatic, and he was like, "Stop it, stop it!" Like, and he was laughing at me, and I was like, "What an a-hole!" Like I'm literally going through it. And so that whole day, he was like, the whole entire day, he was like, "I love you so much." I was like, "This is." I mean, he always tells me he loves me, but it
I
was like
appreciate you.
it
I
was
love that you do this.
excessive. I
Thank
was
you.
like,
The whole day, I'm talking to her
wow.
the whole day.
So then,
I really appreciate you for this. I love
yeah,
how you do
I was
that.
like,
Nice.
okay, but still didn't expect it.
Uh-huh.
You're a really
so-
good woman.
Then,
Oh, this is so sweet.
yeah, it was really nice. And then, so he tells me, he's like, "Get ready. I'm gonna take you to dinner."
Mhm.
So I get ready. He's like, "I want a really awesome picture with the Brooklyn Bridge behind us." So I get ready. We get in the Uber and we go to this restaurant, and it's literally like a hole in the wall. There's like nobody there. There's like one other couple. It's super quiet. It's not upbeat at all. And I'm like sitting there and I'm like, this is what I got dressed up for. And he was like, I'm so sorry. TikTok failed me. Because we always get on TikTok when we're traveling. And so he was like, let's leave. Let's go to another, like a rooftop bar. So I was like, okay, cool. Let's go. And then we get out of the Uber and there's this marry me. And I still didn't think it was for me.
Oh my god.
I-
You thought it was for somebody
Yeah, I thought it was for somebody else.
That sucks.
So
I was
So you're
like,
like,
he was
oh.
like, he was like, let's go look at it. And I was like, stop. Like, no, like, I don't want to go
Oh my
there right now.
God.
And he's like pulling me and I'm walking up. And as I'm walking up, I see like all these pictures of us lined up. And
Wow.
I'm like, I am so mean. Like, I literally like made him
Awesome.
feel like,
I
crap
wish
all
that
day.
was you doing that to
Awesome.
me.
Yeah. I was like, I am so wrong.
no, so
Okay.
I
It was
threw
cute.
I threw off the whole day. Usually when we travel, I like being a little bit extra, right? So I always get like Uber Blacks or like limousines or
Yeah,
drivers,
Nice.
right? So for this last day, I said, hey, let's go to Brooklyn because we just staying in Manhattan. Have y'all been
Mhm.
in New York?
Yes.
All right. So I was like, man, the city's over with. Let's just go to let's go to Brooklyn. We'll get a view of the city, right? We'll be at the bridge. Cool. So I order an Uber and it's like a Nissan Altima. We get in. It's like not what
It
I
like
would
smells
get.
like
It
cigarettes.
smelled
my
like
God.
cigarette smoke.
Oh.
Yeah. And then she's like kind of like already in the mood, like, why are we getting in this car? So I take her to this hole in the wall sushi spot.
On the
I'm-
wall, so she's
It was
Yeah.
actually really good though.
Yeah,
It was
because
good.
everything's like over the top, right? You
Yeah.
go to like this place called Buddha Bar. They have like this Buddha 3D kind of image that they
Yeah.
have. It's like a badass
Like every
restaurant.
restaurant we had gone to was like incredible, but this one specific restaurant, I'm
Hole in the wall. The sushi was good though. I'm not saying it's a bad restaurant, but it was just
Okay.
not what we would do.
I have a question for you, Jay. How did you know she was the one? Ooh.
How did I know?
Yes. How did you know?
Yeah,
she
bro,
was
we've been
the
in the
one?
game for 20 years, man.
How did you know this
I've been
one?
knowing you 17, 20 years, man.
Yes.
Man, I always ask myself that question too, man. But it's just you always want to be around that person. You feel
Yeah.
sick when you're not with them.
Aww.
like,
Your favorite-
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Cringe. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm
No,
playing.
for
That's
real,
beautiful. That's
for real,
beautiful.
yeah, for real, for real. I just knew, man.
Awesome. That is amazing.
So, and you guys met, the proposal happened, but y'all been living together for a while,
Yeah, like-
experimenting with that, because every time Bustos we catch up, we don't talk every day, but at least we talk once a month.
right?
And he's like, man, my life is badass. I got this mansion, bro. I got all this shit. I'm like, damn, for
How
real,
long
dude, you got it
guys
like
been
that?
dating?
Like 2.5 years.
Oh,
2.5
okay,
years,
okay.
yeah.
2.5 years. So how do y'all work together in the sense of when you're bringing a deal? First of all, we're not the millennials. We're aged like 26 to 43 right now. So we're not kids anymore. There's
Right.
even a Facebook page that says millennials are not children.
Right.
It has a ton of like millions of followers. But in the sense that we're breaking the stigma that we're not the younger generation, lot of folks, because we're graduating with student loan debt that is sometimes bigger than a freaking mortgage,
Right.
Yeah.
right?
I see
Could
that.
Definitely.
y'all help our audience kind of going through the steps and easing the mind of these folks that there's different programs, that if they're self-employed is different that if you are employed with a W-9, or
Mhm.
what is it? How does the process go? How can y'all as a power couple make it easy for someone like Pepito that just graduated college with a student loan debt but good credit, let's say?
Right.
Guide us through that process. How does it go for the people that don't know real estate? Because there's still a lot of people that's like, oh, I don't want to hire a realtor because I'm paying too much. Like, bro,
Yeah.
you what are you talking about? So you get a lead, what happens?
It's all about information and providing them with the correct information, right? Everything's a process. They have different type of loan programs, which I'll let her get into it, but it's pretty simple. Uh, Certain credit score, 2 years tax returns, 2 months bank statements, right? You do the application, it goes to her, and it's kind of like a puzzle. You'll see what different program is right
Right.
for you. You know, they have many different programs. So we just give them the information. Hey, this is what you need in order to qualify to buy. This is how much your down payment is going to be. You can do down payment assistance. Pick one, right? And
Right.
whichever one makes sense. They'll go from
So
there.
you're getting the lead, but you're not guiding them through this. She would, because
Right.
she's the lender.
Right.
Yeah, I give them the requirement. I kind of get it ready, right? So like
He'll
wha-
send him the requirements. the
yeah, I'm sending the
application link,
requirements. I'm mixing it up. All right, here you go. I pass it off to her, and then
and I take it from there.
Yeah.
So pretty much when a client reaches out to me, I kind of learn a little bit about their scenario. Now, if they have student loans, that's definitely not a reason to not apply for the mortgage. I mean, there's a lot of ways to still get a mortgage with the student loans. I do it all the time, but I pretty much look at the entire file as a whole and I figure out which loan program's the best. You know, do they have assets? Do they need down payment assistance? Do I need to guide him to get closing costs paid for by the sellers? And it's really easy because obviously we live together. So there are times where, you know, we'll be getting ready in the morning and I'll say, hey, you know, so-and-so's file needs XYZ. Make sure you do that. But there's so many programs. One thing about myself that I, you know, really do, I like our customer service is amazing. We
point.
both have teams behind us, so it's not just me. But one thing that I am is extremely creative. Like there's a lot of loans that I can close that they're like my other lender cannot close the loan.
The banks can't do it,
or my
maybe
bank
other
or the
lenders
builder's
can't do it,
lender.
builders can't do
and
it.
I can't tell you how many files I've closed that literally these people are told they cannot be helped. And that's in itself so satisfying because I'm essentially getting a whole entire family into a house and it makes us feel good that we did a
Nice.
good deed.
That's
So,
amazing.
It's crazy because there's like a meme that says, well, my mortgage lender said I couldn't afford $1,200, so now I renting a $2,400
Yeah.
house.
And
You're
even
also a
even-
lender, right?
What was
yeah,
that?
and even like clients that don't qualify today, like there's a lot of clients that will call me and they'll be like, I applied with another lender and they didn't even give me a game plan. Well, we are in the business of sales, and so it can become very jaded. But one thing about us is like, we don't care if you're not ready right this second. Like we want to give you a game plan so that maybe in a year from now you are purchase ready and we're not just like leaving you in the dark. Cause there's a lot of people that will go to another lender and they're like, sorry, your credit's not good. Well,
That's it.
you're not giving them the steps to
So
improve their situation.
So a major part of our success is not, and this is just my opinion, is not being so transactional and
Yeah.
being more about the relationship, right?
For sure.
When you don't treat it like a transaction or a check, you know, and you treat it like
And
a
you genuinely
relationship and like
care.
you get their kid's birthday, their home anniversary, you know, you send them gifts, you let them know like, hey, you know, we're family now. You try to support their business. And I
Yeah.
always try to just touch that certain chord with the people to
Mhm.
relate. It brings referral business. It shows that you care. You know,
Mm.
you send them kids' birthday gifts and stuff like that. I think that's been a very strong part of my business that I had to learn, that I got from her, right? And so now it's just a system, you know. Everything goes in through a system. We have like a buyer system, seller system, financial system, a thank you system. You know
A
what
gift
I
system. I
Everything.
mean, birthday system. I mean,
Well, besides the gifts, because right now you got all these realtors thirst trapping males and females. They get views just by doing whatever.
Right.
Mhm.
But in which it's very unique in this age of time. However, I know y'all are a power couple because y'all make money together. People or couples that make money together stay together. But there's so much traffic. There's so many realtors putting out content out there, right? It's
So
like
much
every other
competition.
page
Oh, yeah.
now is realtors going out, and they're doing a hell of a good job. But why should Pepito, and I don't know if any millennial call Pepito, so let's just call him John Smith. Why would millennial John Smith go to y'all? What is the niche?
What
Why
stands?
y'all?
How come you guys stand out from the
Why y'all
rest?
make so much money as a
I-
power
Alright,
couple?
So I went from being a realtor to owning a business, real estate consulting, owning a real estate consulting business, right? Anybody can be a realtor. You go show the house, you dance on TikTok, and,
Yeah.
hope try to get a deal.
You dance too, though.
Yeah.
I know, we've seen your content.
Whatever gets the deal.
Whatever gets the deal. We're much more than that. Like I was telling you, we try to make it more relationship
And fun.
and fun, not transactional. For one, I'm literally with the bank, right? So we just make it a one-stop shop. It's very easy to communicate. We explain the process, and there's just so much support throughout the entire process.
And it's a vibe. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, like the minute, like, for instance, on the way up here, I'm checking my emails and someone emails me and I literally email back within 5 minutes. And she's just like thankful that our response time is so on point. Like through the holidays, I mean, yeah, it's Thanksgiving, but we're still, responding
Yeah.
back to these clients and we're not just leaving them in the dark. And I mean, I think from the minute someone gives us the opportunity to work with us, they see like, wow,
Our work ethic.
Yeah, our work ethic. Like we,
Yeah. It seems like you guys are working 24/7 all
in
the
a
time.
sense, we do take breaks to, enjoy each other's company. Or
Yeah, that's what I was
go
going
on
to ask. How do you
vacation.
guys like separate the
Our team.
business to the personal?
Yeah, it's like it was sucked, right? I mean, it was badass.
Yeah.
But it was sick. Like let's say y'all try to have sexy time or whatnot, and be like, wait, I just gotta leave right now.
I gotta answer
That's
this
funny
phone
that you
call.
How do y'all
that.
separate business and y'all?
I
Okay.
mean, to me, getting money is sexy. So I'm just
Oh, hey,
Ah.
hey, I like
That's
that.
funny
That is
because
true. though.
when we were at the grocery store, I love telling this story. We were
Yeah.
at the grocery store, we're like literally buying vegetables, and he's like, "Babe, what's up with so and so's file?" And I'm like, "No, like I am shopping for groceries right now.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to turn that off." But I think it's so funny. I'm like, okay, stop. We're at the grocery store. Like, I don't want to talk about so and so's file, but I think we've gotten so much better at it. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, when we first got together, it was like constant, and it was like you couldn't get that mental break.
I couldn't stop.
It
My
wouldn't
brain wouldn't stop. It
But
was
now
just-
it's like after 7 o'clock. I mean, we're not really necessarily on the phones. We are, but we're not. But it's like there comes a time where we're like, all right, put it away. Like that's
so
enough.
like I said, systems. We built systems,
Nice.
right? So
Okay.
once we got together, she built her team. I started building mine, and one of the main things about building a team, it's supposed to give you leverage, and with that leverage, you get more time,
For sure.
right? So you can pay somebody else to take care of duties for you, right? They're either going to take care of it, multiply it, and be productive. But that causes you to have more time for yourself. I can go on vacations and not worry about my phone ringing, showing houses, or clients wanting to go with somebody else because I'm not available. I know I have my guys there,
Right.
just a phone call away to take care of it for
And
me.
we take great care of our team. I mean, we love our team. And
How many people y'all have?
I have like 7.
7?
I'm at 5.
7 and 5. So
Yeah.
y'all are over a big team. And how old are you guys?
I'm 32.
I'm
Sorry to ask you this,
No,
man.
it's fine.
27 with
20
with 10 years
25.
experience. No, I'm 37.
So
37,
my
32.
co-host, he's a lender as well. How do you get into lending? I don't know anything about the business, even though I see you every day almost.
Well,
But I want I'm
Bustos
very
and
curious.
I-
You do commercial.
I do
right?
only
Oh, okay. So
commercial.
So I
Yeah.
do residential.
You're not my
so I don't-
competition. I'm not your competition.
I don't do commercial at all. I only do
Yeah.
residential.
But
So
say
that's
I
totally-
want like somebody wanted to get into the field of lending. How do you get into that?
So there's a school you have to go to. There's
Oh,
online
okay.
schools, and then there's Champions Real Estate. I did Champions Real Estate. It's like what a 2
So it's like kind of like the same thing as getting your real estate
It's
license.
kind of like a mini master, like slammed
Yeah,
into like
slammed
2
into-
weeks,
You
and
gotta
then
go
it's
ham.
like this.
How
Study.
long does the process take?
It can go as fast as like a month as
Mhm.
far as like taking the course and taking your test. Now you probably want to study. I think for me, it took me like about 6 months because I took the course and then I just like studied for like months and then took the test.
Nice.
It's very cool to see, because there's a lot of realtors, and realtors, you know, it's not that they choose their partner's career, but y'all just happen. I mean, Jay just happened to slide in your DMs and said he had a bunch of business for you, in which y'all did end up closing something, but then fell in love in the process.
I love that
In the sense of I'm gonna do both sides. So being a power couple, what do you think is the most beneficial of both of y'all being in extremely parallel careers, real estate and real estate lending, right? And what are the negatives?
Oh, that's a good question. We're usually on the same
Start with the
page.
positive. You can start with the
So
positive.
we're usually on the same page, and even if we're not on the same page, we're always on the same book. Some of the negatives, maybe not being able to turn it off, I guess.
Yeah. Like when we travel, like we know we're traveling, but we don't completely go MIA. Like when we went to New York, we were waking up at like 7, 8 in the morning, going downstairs to the coffee shop and working till like 11, you know, having breakfast. And it's, for me, I wouldn't say it's a negative thing because I'm addicted to it and I truly love it and it's a passion. So
that's awesome.
Honestly, it's like if I don't open up my laptop or I'm not working, it feels weird. So
you want to take care of your clients.
Oh yeah, and
but
it's our livelihood too. Like we enjoy doing it,
and that's what separates you from the rest.
Yeah. So sometimes we'll laugh about it. Like she'll be on her laptop, or we'll both be on the laptops, and we'll just look at each other and be like, oh, "Dude, we're sick.
Yeah, we're sick.
We're sick, right?" But yeah, it's fun.
There are times where it can get like a little, you know, frustrating. Like if we're going to dinner and we are trying to have sexy time or whatever, and the phone rings and he's like, "Babe, I have to get this." It's like I can't tell him no because I know at the end of the day that results in, you know, a transaction. So sometimes that does get a little frustrating, not towards like the client per se, but more so like for us. But I don't feel like we make it a thing. Like we don't. It's
but
not
when
a
you
thing.
close that deal, it's
we're
so
like,
fun,
yeah,
right?
it is.
Okay, can I ask you a personal question? Well, I don't know if it's personal. You know, I like to get into this. What is the biggest deal you guys have closed together?
Together?
Yeah, like she helped you,
like
you
almost
know, with
$1
a
million.
$1 million.
Oh, okay, cool.
$1 million.
Ching, ching.
Yeah.
Wait,
that's
like
good commission.
like one deal or just
one deal.
Yeah,
like,
like
about $1 million.
Nice.
$1 million house. What's you get 3%, 3 and 3?
No.
Next question.
I don't know how that works right now. It's not 2008.
That's not how it works. It's actually very complicated on the lending side. When you are a branch manager, your compensation is completely different than just an
No,
originator.
I kind of want to get into it because a lot of people think that realtors are overpaid, right? Because you see the 3% commission. So let's get into it. So let's say you sell a house for $500,000, right? You make 3%. It's $15,000, right? Out of that $15,000, most realtors have to pay 20, 30, 40, or even a 50% split to their broker, team, or whatever it is. So let's say you're paying 50%, right? Now you're at $7,000. From that $7,000, you still have to pay like a little royalty or something like that, right? So subtract like another $1,000. Now you're at $6,000. Then you subtract 25% taxes. How much do you get left with?
Nothing.
Nothing, right? So you start off at such a big number, but they break it down.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not as much money as you think. It can be if you make it. You know what I'm saying? If you close
you have like
deals,
multiple deals a month, which we typically have multiple transactions in a month. It's never really one. So, you know, and there's a lot more to it. Like you can cap and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right, can you tell the viewers where to find you if they need to buy a house or they need to get a loan? Can you tell them where to, like, your handles?
Mine's J Bustos. Is J_Bustos. Pretty much anywhere. You can Google me. I'm all up and down Google.
Very funny videos.
Mine is Lady Lender on Instagram, and then on Facebook, it's just my first and last name. So
I love that, Lady Lender.
Yeah. And that's actually like the brand I built. Lady Lender.
Okay, I'm sorry, I cut you off. Lady Lender.
Yeah.
What else?
That's
just it. Lady Lender. Nice. That's so easy.
And it's funny because we'll be out to eat and wherever, and people will not like all the time, but we'll occasionally have
most
like,
of the time.
Instagram.
Most of the time,
we'll
yeah.
have occasionally people come up to us and they'll be like, "Are you Lady Lender?" And
that's
I'm like,
awesome.
That's so funny. Like it does show that building your brand is so important. I mean,
so important.
It does.
Yeah, man, I think when you're very active, it happens a lot. It happens to me a lot, and I've seen it happen to you too. We'll go somewhere, and And they're like, "Are you Ivan?"
Remember that Russian guy that let me in over there?
Yeah, dude, we got in. Yeah, that was crazy because he just recognized you.
That's cool.
You had helped him out with like an immigration issue or something. We
yeah.
couldn't get in. I forgot, where were we?
Bell Station, I think.
Oh, Bell Station. We were just going out just to have a good time. Me and him were like
Yeah.
in suits. We couldn't get in. And then the guy's like, I was like, "Come on, man, it's just me and my boy." And we were just two dudes. They're only letting girls in it. And this guy's like, "Ivan, are you Ivan?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Hell yeah, he's Ivan." Yes, he is. Ivan Sanchez. Man,
But
they let us
it's
in.
cool.
Yeah.
It's cool to be recognized, for that, for helping someone.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure that's a gratifying feeling.
Well, my
Mhm.
my mother she started Gold Quest real estate, mortgage, title, and it was to us as immigrants. We were there's such thing making the American dream
Yeah.
is getting someone a home. What's more important than having a roof over your head? So I know you guys are actually helping so many, not only millennials, but anybody that
Yeah.
can qualify to get a
Mhm.
home. In the sense, I always thought that a realtor had to be extroverted and a lender had to be introverted. Is that true?
No, not at all. It's, "Hey, how you doing? Okay, great.
Yeah.
Look, we're gonna be friends for the next 30 days. Do you have any questions before we get started? Okay, here's
And
the
it's
process."
honestly like getting personable. Like I said, it's not like just a transaction to us. I mean, at the end of the day, like, we're looking at it as, okay, we know you have friends, we know you have family, and we want to do a good job for you so that you refer your friends and family to us. And I mean, our work ethic speaks for itself. So hopefully when they do come across that situation where they are in a situation to refer someone to us, they think of us.
I ask for
So-
business. I always ask for business. A lot of people might be scared to, or it might be like an uneasy conversation. But what I've learned is I always ask them for business.
And
So
even when we go to events,
go to events. So during the transaction, right? I always tell them, "Hey, sometime during this process, I know you're going to be talking to your friends and family about buying a home or either selling your home. I'd
Mhm.
appreciate it if you mentioned me or if you can give me somebody's
Okay.
name. Can I count on you?" And I just
Mhm.
shake my head yes, and then they're, "Oh, okay, cool." And then I follow up with them. "Hey, can you think of anybody else?" Boom. Even after we close, this is a relationship part.
right?
My friend Randy, I sold her house and then got her another one. Shout out to Randy. She had a housewarming party, and
we went to it.
yeah, I brought her the
2 weeks ago.
alcohol. I provided her with the taco lady's information, and she threw a party, and it
Yeah.
was cool. We ended up
And we
getting
ended
to
up
leave.
being friends with her friends.
Yeah, we ended up being friends with her
So-
friends, and you know what I mean. It's the relationship business. You know what I
Mhm.
mean. It's the opportunities that present themselves. You go out there, not expecting business, but you're putting yourself out there,
Yeah.
showing face.
That's absolutely really cool. How y'all been? Last week we had Jenny Portillo, in which the topic was about
First
content,
impressions.
first impression, and content.
Mhm.
In which I love you guys as a couple.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Samantha,
Yes.
I'd have done told Jay is like, that's awesome. And I
Yeah.
see the synergy between you guys. Y'all are in love for who y'all are, and then on top of that, y'all's career are matching. And I think now, like I was explaining, I was talking about Jay Bustos in on the last podcast, talking about that he's more of himself. He's a
Yeah.
little ratchet at times, but it's like he's not ratchet. It's just his persona really
I'm
attracts
not-
an audience.
So I'm not afraid to be myself. I
Right.
like being comfortable. I try to be relatable. I don't want to be too like businessy to where somebody feels like, well, like you said, Pepito feels like, "Hey, I can't approach this guy." So I
Yeah.
try to be relatable to where somebody
and it works.
Yeah, and it works. So like, oh man, I can relate to that. Oh, that guy's exactly where I'm
I can
from.
trust you.
You have
Yeah,
an
like
entire
Yeah.
market.
yeah, I am that guy. You know what I'm saying? So
How-
yeah, I'm not scared to be myself. I'm tattooed up. I wear t-shirts. I'm comfortable.
Tatted up.
But that's
Yeah.
actually, I tell him all the
Tat it
time, I'm
up.
like, that's actually something that I admire about him, because he's definitely given me the confidence to
Boom.
not necessarily give a crap. Like, I care what people think, but to a certain extent. You know what
I
I mean?
don't
And
give
I
a
used to like really overanalyze every situation.
Exactly.
And then
Uh-huh.
now it's like I have that confidence where I'm like, I know I'm doing right. I know I'm being a good person. I know I'm being genuine. If that person doesn't reciprocate with that, then don't question it, you know?
Yeah.
And so he's definitely like given me that confidence
Y'all help each
You-
other make content.
For
Yeah.
sure.
So
How is that? How does that
Oh,
go?
do we help each other make
It's like,
content?
babe,
Oh,
can
yeah.
you film me walking real quick?
Yeah.
Man, yeah, like,
Literally.
dude, it's whatever it is.
Let
Like,
me show this
like,
house.
There's
Yeah.
no shame in it. I mean, there's
No, there's no
then Why
shame.
would there be any shame?
No.
you have to stop caring what people think, right?
Yeah.
So, like, let's say somebody says, like, "Oh man, I don't like Ivan because of this," or for whatever reason,
Right.
right? Your initial thought would be like, "Well, why don't you like me?" Right? It'll kind of make you feel some type of
Mhm.
way. It's normal, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Me, I don't give a shit.
That's good.
You know, so I know who I am. I'm comfortable with who I am. You know, and if you don't like, it's cool. It's not for
It's
me.
not for everybody.
I'm not here to please anybody.
Yeah.
I'm here to please Jay Bustos, my family, what I have going on, and that's it.
And like I used to get really upset whenever, someone would be like, "Well, I'm going with another lender for whatever reason." I used to get so upset, and he's like,
Fuck it.
He's
Can I say
like,
that?
Don't.
Yeah.
He's
No, it's
like,
too late now.
he's like, "Don't get upset because
Screw it.
he's like, if someone wants to work with you, it's going to come naturally." And it's
Yeah.
typically the ones that like if we do force it, which we don't do it, but I'm saying when you're forcing those deals, it's like, it's just
It's
an
chaos.
SHIT
Yeah.
show the whole time. Like it's chaos. Like
Shit show.
it's literally like a domino effect. And it's honestly the vibes. Like it's bad energy. And so now it's like when a client tells me I'm gonna go with, so-and-so lender, it's like, okay, great.
Okay.
No worries.
Give
at
me
Let
all.
me know
call
if
if
anything
anything-
changes.
Yeah,
Next.
let me know if anything changes. And you
Yeah.
know what? 50% of the time they call me back.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
it's like not being desperate for the transaction. It's like, okay, that's fine.
It's,
Yeah.
it's
Karma
beautiful
will
to
bless us.
Yeah.
it's beautiful to see couples that are helping each other
Yeah.
grow.
I got
Thank you.
That's awesome.
a couple
Yeah.
months ago, I got fired by this one client. They told me they weren't in a rush, right?
Mhm.
Oh, I'm not in a rush. So we start kind of talking. They would text me late at night, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock,
Mhm.
and I wouldn't respond till 9 o'clock the next morning. Anyways, they're like, "Hey, you're taking too long to respond. We're going to go another way." I was like, "Man, that's fine." I didn't feel no kind of way.
Yeah.
I have my own family. I need my own time too. I'm not going to be working,
At
you know what I
9,
mean?
10
At
o'clock.
9, 10 o'clock answering phone calls when I should be respecting my family time. So back in the day, I kind of would be like, "Oh no, I lost this deal." Now I don't care. It wasn't for me.
Yeah,
Right.
what's yours is
And
gonna be
he's taught
yours.
me that.
Yeah.
And that's like really gone a long way for me.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same in the political spectrum. There's a lot of people always throwing mud at you. And
Yeah.
I remember when Jay and I worked together, he would get so defensive of when he would hear or see someone talking shit.
Yeah, we were just talking about that earlier. Yeah,
And he would jump in. But it's really a honor and privilege to have you guys here. You guys have any final comments on how to, I don't know, infomercial or talking about power couples or talking about first impression and content? You have any additional one to close out?
just do it.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Just do it.
Put it out there. Whatever business you're in, it just doesn't have to be about real estate.
Anything.
It could be anything. Whatever you're doing, video marketing, right? He or she who makes the most videos is going to do the most business. That's where it's going right now. Your store is in the palm of your hands. I tell this to everybody. The first thing you get when you wake up is what? Your cell phone. You look at it. You need something, you look at the phone.
You don't look at
people-
Samantha first?
Huh?
Yeah.
You don't look at Samantha and be like,
I go to her Instagram and I'm like,
Who looked at it?
there she is.
Yeah, wow.
That is
Right next to me.
hilarious.
Dang, I'm like, dang.
Oh my God.
She's
Guys,
really here.
This
No.
has been so much fun. One of my favorite episodes. Thank you guys so
Of
much
course.
for
No problem.
Thanks for
coming
having
here.
us.
Thank you so much for believing in our podcast and being our guest.
For sure. And if you ever want to become a member of Houston Millennials or want to check out any of our events, go to www.houstonmillennials.com. You can for sure find Jay Bustos and Samantha. They've been into several of our events.
Oh, yeah.
How many events have y'all been to? I know we used to host them ourselves back at what was that place called?
Man, I don't know. The first one we started?
Back in the very first
Chapman
one.
and Kirby.
Chapman, no, that wasn't the
No,
first one.
no.
But
Okay.
we used to do it together, and now you guys come. To the last one I saw y'all was probably
With
Clay.
the pool.
Clay.
Yeah, Clay.
Clay,
Yeah.
we very much appreciate you.
Rooftop,
Or-
If
Clay.
you want to find a bunch of young professionals, from young politicals, lawyers, doctors, true power couples as Jay Bustos and Samantha, go to HoustonMillennials.com because that's where the place to be. From business events, political events, networking events, women empowerment events, we got it all for you here. And like we say, Where should we see y'all?
See you at the top.
See you.
Everybody say millennial on 3. 1, 2, 3. You're very hard work.